Hello, welcome to the week 4 recording. This week the reading is chapter 6 and chapter 7. The discussion, you're to suggest an interesting project that could be done in Excel and that you can use at work with an organization, something like that. Also explain how it can be implemented and how many people you think it will affect. The initial post is due Wednesday and 2 replies are due by Sunday. Don't forget your APA reference and in-text citation. The week 1 assignment 1 is to expand your world, cloud, and web technologies using web data. It's due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. You're to open a browser and navigate to that website. So let's go to Classroom. Oops, wrong one. And go down to week 3. Oops, sorry, week 4. I knew it didn't look right. Okay. So when we go to this website, you're to go to under data and state and country, go to age and sex, and then click on your state. Now I live in Missouri, so I would choose Missouri, and then you copy the URL, which is up here, and this is for Chrome. And then you're going to open Excel in a new, let's do a new Excel. And then you're going to go to the Data tab and from the web. And you're going to type it, you're going to paste in your URL there and say go. Now it talks about making it maximize, but you can do that with the Edge. I double clicked it and it just didn't work at all after that. What you're going to do is you're going to just do this first table. Now you see Missouri has a lot of counties, but just do the first table. So you're going to click over here on the little where the arrow is and see that it's checked, and then we're going to import it. And then we're going to tell it where we want it. We want it right in the very beginning. And you see that it added all that information from that table. Now it says to format it. So for instance, I formatted it. I made this a title, and I put some borders in and did some gray accenting here. However you want to do it. But you should, like this one, the column was way out, and I decreased it. So make your columns look nice. And that's really all you have to do. Now you also have to do number 9, which asks what kind of analysis could you perform in Excel on the data you downloaded from the website? What would make the data more meaningful and useful, and why? So just pick a place. You could merge some cells and just type in what your response to that. I know it comes after where it says to submit, but it is part of the assignment, so you should be completing that. That's really a pretty simple one this time. Now the midterm project, you're to open a file called Lab 2 Joy of Art, which looks like this when you open it. And you're to save it as Lab 2 Joy of Art Complete. And when it's complete, it will look like this. So let's go back and read the instructions. You're to insert the mural image file, and to do that, you're going to go to the Insert tab, and you're going to do a picture, and you're going to browse to where you have that picture. And you're going to insert it. Now it inserts it pretty big, so you want to decrease the size. And if you do it from the corner, then it doesn't make it odd looking. So always do it from the corners, you know, any of the corners. And then you're to line it up with A4 and F19. One second. Sorry about that. So if we look at it, F19. So we kind of want to make sure it goes all the way to the F, the end of F. I think it was F4, A4, and the lower right corner is at F19. So in order to do that, we're going to have to make it a little long, like that. And that's how you insert a picture that you have on your computer. Select the image and tap Picture Effects, and we're going to go to Shadow. So if when you have it highlighted, you see your picture tools, you see those go away, and then when you highlight the picture, they come back. Picture Effects is here. You go to Shadow, and then we wanted Perspective. Let's see which one it was. Diagonal upper right. And you'll just see that if you highlight them, then they give you the tool tip, and that's how you know which one. Then we're going to go to the bevel and click Art Deco in the bevel category, and that's still, with your picture highlighted, that's still under Picture Effects, Bevel, and we're going to Art Deco. I don't see Art Deco, but you can pick that one in the corner there. And then you see it kind of, what it does is it gives it a rounding effect to it. Okay. Then we're going to insert a smart art graphic using relationship and the balance layout. Excuse me. And that's in the Insert menu, but it's the Smart Art. We want relationship and we want balance. So it looks like a scale. So when we insert it, that's what it looks like. Okay. Okay, we want the upper left corner with H4 and the lower right with M19. H4 and M19. So H4 and M19. So we're going to want to kind of like that. Now it wants us to use the text pane. Excuse me. To do that, you click this little arrow right here and it opens the text pane. And if we type in prose and then we enter the information and we add one, you see that they're balanced now. And then when we have cons, there's only 3 cons. So if we delete one, you see how the balance is on the pro side. And it tells you the what to put on the different levels for pros and cons. And that's in the assignment. I'm not going to type that in, just so you can see. And then it tells us to change the color. Well, you have to have this highlighted. See, if I don't highlight it, there's no Smart Art tools. But when I highlight it, then we have the Smart Art tools. And we have accent 3, and it wants it fill. And if we choose that, then it's fills it. It's a little bit different from the other one. Oh. Apply the subtle effect Smart Art to the balance chart. So if we go in there and the smart styles, you see that that's the subtle effect, which is what that is. Let's look at this one. If we change it to subtle, then that's how the different colors look. So that's basically what you have to do for that. And then you're going to add your name in N1. So just put your name in there. Doesn't matter that it overlaps. And then it says to save the workbook, but make sure that you do number 13. And what other kinds of situations might use a balance chart other than for pros and cons? What would a table listing of pros and cons be? When would a table be effective for pros and cons? Why or why not? So just pick an area over here and put in that answer so that you have done all the requirements for the assignment. And that's all. You don't have a midterm exam or anything. You just have the project. So if you have any questions, please let me know.